Hello and welcome back to Fancy Geeks. You join us again for another bolt action video. Today I'm going to be adding to my German force again with the Hanomags. There we go, I've got two of them, exactly the same. I'll just move one of them off. We need to build these because these are going to transport some of my Blitzkrieg troops. This was again for use in early war and also probably using them in the invasion of Operation Sea Lion if that's possible. So what we're going to do today, we're going to put them together. There is the back of the box if you haven't seen it before. It's slightly different to the D, which is the more common version. I've seen a lot more people with the D version. This is the earlier war version. And as always, you can see this one took part in every aspect of the war. So let's unbox it. There we go, we have two screws, we have some instructions, and I have the transfers which have flown off into the distance. There we go. So there are the transfers. Let's put them the right way around. So we have some license plates there, two license plates, an SS one and I suppose that's just a normal German here one, the WH one. We have an SS number plate on there as well. Cool, so there's two options though. I do have two, so I might just build them one with the SS plates. I do plan on getting some Waffen SS at some point. We shall see. I think you can buy different number plates etc. off the website as well, if you do want more than a few. So there are the instructions. There's the primary instructions, Hanomag. So we start with the bottom part and add the tracks and the axle and the wheels on and the tow bar, and then we do the interior and then we add those two bits together and then finish off with all the exterior stuff. This comes with an MG34 and an MG42 and a rear one as well, as it's going to be used as a transport. I'm not sure whether I can use these or not. I will look that up. If not, I've got some spare MGs. And there's also some optional side bits, so we'll make them look a bit different. I'll probably give one the tyre and then one the tow bar or something like that. I'll put some of these German helmets on the side and these sort of canisters etc. Jerry cans. So there is sprue one. None of these are numbered, just like the other bolt action plastic kits I've put together. Vehicles anyway, they're not numbered. The soldiers are. There's one. And there is the other. So on that one we have the wheels, along with the spare wheel. And we have helmets, we have the gunner there, with the two different guns. So that could be useful as well if you wanted to make a separate MG42 machine gunner unit if you got any of these left over. I'll probably end up using the earlier one, the 34, but I'll go and look up just to make sure there's no difference. I don't think there is in stats wise, I just think it's an aesthetic difference. I'll go and check that out though before we start. So, literally I'm going to cut all these parts off, there's no point in doing it bit by bit. And then we shall follow the instructions. And obviously I'll be doing this twice as well, so I'll be back in a moment with the parts cut off. Okay, so starting with this bit, this is the main undercarriage and where all the gubbins are going to be attached to. You want to get yourself these, and they go this way around with the wheel that's separate goes at the front. And those are just going to stick on either side of that. You have the axle there. That bit, the axle just sticks into there. But before you stick the axle on, best thing to do is attach the wheels to the axle, attach those to the main body, and then attach the axle on with the wheels attached. And not to forget the tow cable as well, that goes on that little slot there. And then once you've got the wheels on, just turn it over and let it set. And when you're done, you'll have that. Like so. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process with that one, and then we'll be back in a second. Okay, for the second part, we need this part here, which is where the seats are going to go into, and these are the seats. So these go in and they go this way up, so the shorter end's against the hull. So it's going to go in with the higher end towards the middle. Now these don't sit on here perfectly, they do keep trying to push them out, but they sit over there like that. Once you put glue on and just hold it in place for a few seconds, it'll be fine. So they go on there. These bits are going to go in there where those two little prongs are. These are the seat backs, and they just sit in. And then we have these two seats at the front, and they just go onto these little grooves in there. So when you're done, it should look like that. So we'll go ahead and finish off this one, and then we shall move on. The next stage of this is fairly simple. It's just to attach this to that. Bearing in mind it's going to attach around the back of these wheel arches, and on this bit here. Those are the best places to put glue along, then just some along the bottom of this to make sure it doesn't, just put a little bit along so it doesn't go squeezing out. Depending on what kind of plastic glue you are using, it'll depend on how much it'll squeeze out. Then that's just going to sit on there, like that one. There you go. So, I'm going to do the same with that one, and when it's dried, we shall move on to the second page. Okay, so now that that's set, the next stage is to put on the top armour. Pretty straightforward. It's just going to go on there. When you put it on, you're going to want to apply pressure at the back and the front. That front does pull up a little bit. Once you apply pressure to it and let it set, it should look like that. Brush off some excess glue, and then I'm just going to let that set fully before we move on. Okay, so next up we have these little side bits to put on, which are this bit and this bit, and they go where those little notches are there on the side. One on either side, so that when they're on they will look like that. We'll do that bit next, and then we'll move on to sticking the rest of it together. Okay, so that's set. So next up we're going to put the gun shield on, and we're going to put the gunner together. I'm not going to stick the gunner into the transport. I want to paint them separately. So I've chosen the MG34. There is absolutely no difference in game terms as to which gun you use. They both count as a medium machine gun when they're on a vehicle or when you're using them on a tripod. The MG34 counts as a light machine gun if you're carrying it, just out of interest. But in game terms, no difference. So we're going to go with the MG34 because it was obviously the earlier version of the two, according to the source material anyway. So it's just a simple case of sticking that onto there and that onto there. The connection for it is a really tight connection. That's why I do that bit first. If we add anything else onto it, we're going to put a lot of pressure onto it. And we want to get it in like that and wait for that to dry. In the meantime, we can be sticking together the gunner separate, and we can also get these two parts at the back. This is optional. The optional bit there for the back and the MG34. Those two bits go together like that. Connection is just where the magazine is, and that, if you want it on, will sit on that rear little hole there. Now that's an optional weapon, you'd have to pay extra for that. In game terms I think it's 15 points, and it only counts as a rear facing gun, which is useful if you're running away. Other than that, not that useful. I am going to paint them up and keep them separate. Once the paint's on that and there's paint on that, it'll actually make it a bit more secure the way it goes in the hole. But I wouldn't repeatedly take them on and off because it's only a small peg on that. It's not very strong. If you wanted to make it stronger, you could also replace it with a pin, and obviously you might have to widen the hole a little bit for that. Anyway, let's stick this bit together, and then we're on to the last bit, which is just optional extras basically. So we will have, I've already put the tow bar on this one, which just goes on the front there. It does go that way up, that you can see on the picture, it doesn't go the other way. I'm going to have a tow bar on one, I'm going to have the tyre on the other, and I'm going to have some different accompaniments on the rest of them. Some jerry cans and some helmets, I think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish sticking these together, and we can come back and have a look at the finished models. And there we go, 2 finished transports. Clara's joined me for the end of this.
Yeah, pretty cool.
What do you think?
Very funky.
You see, you can customise it a little bit, just by putting different things in different places, like having the jerry cans on. There's also a roll as well, isn't there?
Yeah, like a little camping roll, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm going to leave that off because I want to put some decals on the side. I might paint them up and stick them on afterwards. Over the top of the decal. I might do. I might not. I might leave them off.
There's room on there, isn't there, for them?
I think if I was doing them for the desert, I'd put it on because you can get that nice beige sort of desert camouflage going on. I'm not sure on these because I want them to be grey, and I don't want like a camouflage colour to detract from it. I just want the solid sort of grey colours of the early Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
Again, if I was doing them for Normandy, yeah, easily I'd have the camo rolls on there as well. I'd probably also have the later Hanomag D as well. Yeah, so what I was saying before, you guys probably read it on the piece of paper that I was looking at, and I didn't read that, but I had to went and look this up, but the answer was actually there all along. There you go. Teach you to read things, won't it, Paul? Yes, it will. But yeah, I did go and look it up, and I came to the same conclusion that it wasn't until later in the war. I'm sure it said 1940, late 1941, when the MG42 came in, but that says 1942. So, whichever. It's not 1940, so it's not France, Poland, and the imaginary Operation Sea Lion. But there we go. So they are done. They can go with my earlier heavy car and with the Blitzkrieg infantry that I'm painting.
Cool.
And along with the Pioneer Engineers, which is the other video you should have seen when I was putting them together. I didn't show the Blitzkrieg ones because they're exactly the same models as the Engineers, just without the metal parts, so there was no point. So there we go. So thanks for watching again. Please like and subscribe, helps out loads, and stay tuned for our next bolt action video, which will be coming. Still got some more German stuff to do, and then I'll be on to the British Expeditionary Force after that, doing the other side because I've taken command of Britain and Germany. Claire's got Russia and Japan for later instalments.
I have,
yes. So, and we're going to split USA between us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we decided, wasn't it?
It was what we decided, yeah.
Kind of like when we play Axe and Allies together.
Yes.
We want to split the sides up. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, it helps out loads, and we'll see you again later.
See you soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.